Uh-oh, those incredibly overly large hands are back. That can only mean one thing. And you know what they say about people with overly large hands? Overly large gloves. Greetings, fellow Vita fans. This is James with PS Vita at 2 a.m. coming at you once again with another exciting video. And if you're new here and love everything PlayStation Vita, don't forget to subscribe and make sure to leave me your thoughts and opinions down in the comments section. Although, come to think of it, I guess there wouldn't be much thoughts or opinions to leave on a video like this, since this is just a pickup / currently playing topic. Unless you think my choices are bad, which, let's face it, they probably are. Alright, so the following games are games that I have currently either picked up and or are playing. I just lumped them together for reasons. Okay, first up is a game that really does take me back to the early days of limited run games and all the stress that it gave me. Fun fact here, I don't miss that. This is As Divine Hearts. Also, this one is probably going to be controversial to many people because, well, how can I say this? The Kemco RPGs tend to get a lot of hate amongst the community. And I believe the reason for that is because they're essentially a dime a dozen on the Vita. There are a lot of Kemco RPGs on there, and from what I've been hearing, they all play the same. However, I can't really attest for that because, well, you might be shocked to hear this. This is my first time ever playing a Kemco RPG on the Vita. I know, shocking. And from what I've played so far, it's pretty decent for what it is. I mean, I don't think a game like this is ever going to set the world on fire. I mean, my pants are still cold. What does that even mean? The turn-based gameplay, is pretty average. The storyline, again, nothing's truly engrossing, but I wouldn't say it was boring at the same time either. And I do like the pixelated art style, though I will say one thing regarding the actual gameplay. Does anybody else get Lunar vibes from this game? Because as far as the combat goes, it really does take me back to those early PS1 days. And you got your whole standard leveling up system. You gain more spells and abilities as you go along the way. It even has a borderline social link system with the waifus. That was a plus in my book. But some of my favorite features about this game is that you can change the difficulty on the fly whenever you want and can save your game on the fly whenever you want, which really does help make it feel like a JRPG on the go. Though I will admit, I could see a formula like this getting stale if every other entry in the franchise is exactly like this. So for me personally, didn't love it, didn't hate it, but it was fine. And I think that's the best way to describe this game. It's fine. Waifus get a 10 out of 10 though. Alright, moving right along here, and this next one's gonna be very fun to say. This is Ukiyo no Roshi? Maybe? So as you can no doubt tell, this is in fact a Japanese import, and one of my recent pickups as of late. And this one I have to give a big thank you to people in the comments section, because back when I did one of my previous open world topics on the channel, many people in the comments section recommended me this game, saying if you love Japanese imports and you love open world, you definitely need to play this one. So I jumped onto eBay and snagged myself a copy, and I gotta say, yeah, they are completely right here. Even though I basically have no idea what the heck is going on in this game, the combat is very fun, and it's a game that you don't really need a whole lot of Japanese knowledge to enjoy, minus a story. This Vita game has swords. Do you even really need a story for something like that? Because you have cursors on your map that tell you where to go next. If anyone out there remembers my Danball Senki topic from the past, it's kind of in the same vein. That cursor is a lifesaver and makes the game doable even if you don't know Japanese. So you take on the role of some tough-looking samurai dude, or dudette, because you can in fact choose your gender in this game, and I guess it's up to you to save the daimyo or something like that. Who even cares about all that stuff? You have a sword! And one of the things I really loved about this game is it kind of had a Grand Theft Auto feel to it, believe it or not. I don't believe it! Oh, believe me, it's true, because you can choose to have fights with basically anybody that happens to be walking down the street. Just run into them or hit them, and yeah, automatically a fight starts. Just like how I do to random strangers in real life, only less dangerous and not as messy. So if anyone out there watching knows if there's an English patch available for this game, definitely let us know down in the comment section, because it's one I would love to take full advantage of. Not too much though, because we have swords. Oh ho ho! Next up is a true classic amongst many fans. This is Resistance: Burning Skies. Tell me, have any of you out there ever wanted to be a firefighter? No? Me either. But somebody thought it was a good idea, so that's what we're gonna be. At least I think you're a firefighter in this. I never can really tell, and truth be told here, this is a game that's kind of been on my walk of shame for like the longest time. I have played it in the past, but it's one of those games where I play for a couple of hours and then ooh, shiny with a new game. Believe me, my attention span is not existent. And I believe I'm on like mission 3 or something like that, can't remember because you all know how confusing it can be when you start up an old save file. I think this meme speaks for itself, and so far I'm enjoying it. Really solid FPS game, which as you know, unlike As Divine Hearts, are not a dime a dozen on the Vita, unfortunately. And speaking of that word, unfortunately this game does in fact have touch controls, so it makes it playing it on the PS Vita a little bit more cumbersome than it normally would be. But hey, I'm enjoying it, and I'm able to kill like, I don't know, these like weird apocalyptic monsters or something like that. And you're a firefighter, killing monsters. It's the apocalypse. Can't say every game out there does that, right? Well, the next game definitely doesn't. Alright, much like the last game, this next game I feel needs no introduction, but for completely different reasons. Can we get a meme in here real quickly to show how I'm feeling now? This is Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball 3. Venus. Now for any collectors slash physical lovers out there, please pay close attention to what the cover of this game looks like, because this is in fact an Asian English release. And since this game was never brought over to the Vita in North America and other Western territories, this is in fact the only way to play it. And you wouldn't think that at first glance, because if you look at the back of the box, it's completely covered in Japanese. Or is that Chinese? Because I do believe this is the Chinese version. Anyway, just look at the back of the left corner of the box and it'll tell you if it is. It does in fact have an English option. In fact, strangely enough, I believe English is the default setting on this game, which is funny. And what can I really say about a game like this that already hasn't been said many times in the past? You play as one of the Dead or Alive girls on a seemingly innocent beach, play volleyball and other mini games, all while in bikinis and jumping up and down a lot. And various other features that this game has that YouTube probably wouldn't appreciate me showing you on here. But hey, do you really need one? Well, as far as the graphics go, there were some sacrifices that had to be made visually to them. A bit more pixelation than I would have preferred from a game like this, if you get my drift. But this game pretty much plays like its PS4 counterpart. Everything is intact, you play a bunch of waifus on the beach with absolutely no story, just the way all games should be. And that's it, guys. Those are all of the games that I have currently been playing lately on the Vita. Special shout out to Gundamoniums. I've also been playing that game, but I didn't want this video to go on too long, so I'll just show a picture of it. But at this point in the video, I would love to know, what games have you currently been playing? Make sure to leave me all of them down in the comment section below. Maybe I'll start playing them, and then I can pretend that it was my idea. Actually, on second thought, don't do that. And as always, fellow Vita fans, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. It really means a lot to me. Love you all, and I'll see you next time. This video has been brought to you in part by all of these wonderfully generous supporters who help make this content possible. So a special thank you goes out to Makis Blob, B Mystery, Matt Fox, Reiko Star, Neo Arashi, Milk Sama, Bushin Ryu Cat, Robert Johnson, Zakrito, Frayden, Alan Iwazu, Shin Snake, Meshuga 360, Gutter Drums, Hemdall Imbert, Wendy K, David Ray, Phantom XRS, Saul Ramirez, Kyle Brooks, JR, Silica, Per Sterner, Adam Thury, Sculpture Tugel TCG, BMF, Clayman Malarkey, VG Legends, Jared Hado, Kevin Enright, Heston Joseph, Crazy Cat, Rodrigo Vera, Hero Acer, Adam Sondi, PS Vita S, Richard Cruz, Joseph Shavak, Jelle, H-Hitter, Michael O'Connor, Chris Foxhound, Sabin Fire, Robert Sylvester, Aridri, No Good, Lacerated 87, Jamie, Hector Gonzalez, Kayonko, Burrs and Mystery, Juan M. Hermosillo, Eric DeWitt, Tasha Monty, Mazgas, Matt Hargett, Buzz Sayin, Rizal Pliskin, 1488 Dental, Azumara, Nintendo Switch at 2 a.m., Donut Valley, Ricardo Martinez, and Dr. Super Artie. And a special thank you to Jun Chang for the recent PayPal donation. If you would be interested in supporting the channel and seeing your name on this end screen here, or if you wish to remain anonymous, that can be provided too, then make sure to check the links down in the description below. I have numerous ways for you to do this down there. Can't support in this manner? Don't worry about it. I also have some affiliate links from PlayAsia for anyone who is interested in purchasing something from their website, merchandise, and of course, likes and shares can help equally as much. And just how angry is YouTube gonna be for me showcasing Dead or Alive Extreme 3? Well, Guess we'll have to wait and see. Let's just say I've got my yellow dollar sign themed wallpaper ready.